I do know about mangoes is that I love them. And I've been telling people for years to eat them because they're an incredible powerhouse of nutrition. They are packed with nutrients. Probably one of the most delicious, I think one of the most sensuous fruit. I mean, just look at the wonderful rounded shape together with, avocados. They really have a sort of sensual look to them and wonderful flavor, of course. I consider mangoes to be a perfect food. In fact, for many years, people have said that bananas are the perfect food, but when you look at the nutritional breakdown of mangoes, it's a lot higher, particularly in the antioxidants, much higher than bananas. So probably a lot more nutritious. It's just unfortunate that mangoes aren't available all year round in South Africa. Is anything being done about that? Can we grow mangoes in winter at least? They're importing. Oh, okay. All right, just then they're twice the price. Right, 3 times. The most delicious supercharged multi-nutrient food around, okay? They contain vitamins, minerals, trace elements, phytonutrients, water-soluble fiber. I'm going to go over all of this so you know what it is, okay? All of these are vital in attaining and maintaining superb health. We're going to look at the nutritional value of mango, and we're going to look at 100 grams of flesh. The average mango, I think, weighs about, when I've weighed my mangoes, the nice big Tommy Atkins ones, they're about 350 grams. To get an amount for the average mango, okay, obviously. Is there any cholesterol in mangoes? No, there's none. You have to have a liver to manufacture cholesterol, and you can look inside the pip of the mango, there is no liver, so therefore there is no cholesterol. In fact, what we do know is that not only do they not contain cholesterol, but that mangoes actually help to your liver to function more efficiently so that you're producing enough cholesterol for your body to function efficiently. Let's go. The body requires cholesterol for many functions, okay? Cholesterol is used. A lot of people, I had a woman come up to me once, she said, Marianne, I've got cholesterol. And I said, good, because if you didn't have it, you'd be dead. Very few people realize that we actually have to have cholesterol in our bodies, but our liver makes the right cholesterol. The wrong cholesterol is the kind we get in from our food. And there is no cholesterol in fruit and vegetables, simply because they don't have a liver. But what we do know about fruit and vegetables, and in mango particularly, is that it helps our livers to function correctly so that we're producing the right amount of cholesterol for our bodies. We need it to make hormones like testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. Very often you may have a hormonal problem simply because your liver's not functioning correctly and you're not producing enough of the right kind of cholesterol. It helps us to use, and once the hormones are functioning efficiently, we can use calcium efficiently, obviously, and helping to build. We know that cholesterol helps us to also use the calcium efficiently and to build new cells. Every single membrane of every single cell utilizes cholesterol in the process of making that membrane. Right. We know that mangoes help the liver work more efficiently by providing vital nutrients and water-soluble fiber. Water-soluble fiber in the mango actually prevents you absorbing the cholesterol from the food. So it's not a bad idea to kind of have mango in a salad, for example, with a meal that you're eating. If you're having chicken, fish, or meat and there's cholesterol in it, the water-soluble fiber in the mango will help to slow down the absorption of the cholesterol from the food that you may have eaten. Carbohydrates have had a bad rap recently. I mean, everybody's been on these high-protein diets. We were talking about it earlier on. We know that high-protein diets cause a whole host of problems, from making your thyroid sluggish. And one of the things they do is they deprive your body of carbohydrates. And when you deprive your body of carbohydrates, you're not producing enough, you're not getting enough tryptophan in the body, and as a result of that, you're not able to produce enough serotonin. And when you don't produce enough serotonin, you get very depressed. So mangoes can help to make you happy because they bring the right kind of carbohydrate into the diet, okay? The carbohydrate basically is in the form of fructose, which is glucose, a form of glucose, and it is absorbed far more slowly than sucrose. So I've always advised people that rather than when they crave sweet things like chocolates and ice cream, etc., that they rather reach for some fresh fruit. And mangoes are ideal for this because most people love mangoes. To grab a mango and you sit and peel it and eat it, that would satisfy your craving for glucose or carbohydrate far more than would be chocolates. Your chocolate would, because of the refined sugar, would push your blood sugar up, and your body will respond by producing lots of insulin and bring it back down, and that can affect your brain, your central nervous system, your immune system, and the hormonal system. Whereas when you're eating mangoes, your blood glucose levels, if it's low, will bring it up and stabilize it beautifully because it contains the right kind of glucose. Okay? Right, carbohydrates are needed for a whole bunch of things, okay? Your brain can't work without carbohydrates. One of the reasons why when you go on high-protein diets, you get so ratty. Anybody here been on a high-protein diet? Come on, ladies, be honest. I don't think a lot of men do these crazy things that we do. Right, the fiber in mangoes is mainly water-soluble. Now, the wonderful thing about water-soluble fiber, it's the stuff that actually helps us to lower cholesterol levels. I've spoken about that as well. It helps to make us feel very satisfied as well. It is one of the very beneficial types of fiber. There are two types. There's insoluble and water-soluble fiber. Both are very protective in the digestive tract and protect you against colorectal cancer, for example, which is one of the most common forms of cancer in the world, westernized world today, okay? Right, calcium. Mangoes contain very usable calcium. In fact, the calcium that's in mangoes is more usable than the calcium in cow's milk. There's news for you. All right, it can be fully used, whereas the calcium in cow's milk, if you're lucky and you don't have a dairy intolerance, you can use about 20% of it, okay? The calcium in mangoes is found in perfect balance with other minerals. We should never be taking calcium supplements, for example, because you can't use calcium on its own. Calcium in mangoes comes in with magnesium and potassium and phosphorus and sulfate, all these minerals that balance it out perfectly. Our calcium is needed for healthy teeth and bones and to maintain the correct pH of the blood. We were talking about pH earlier on. The most amazing thing about mangoes, talking about it, it's not a great thing from what I understand. I understand it correctly, is that the pH of the skin shouldn't go up, should stay down because that prevents it from, am I getting it right? Okay, so I understood you. Well, the most amazing thing about the actual flesh of the mango is when you test the flesh, the pH is quite acidic, but once you digest mangoes, they're actually alkaline in your bloodstream. They leave an alkaline residue. There's more alkaline minerals left in the bloodstream than there are acid minerals. And what's so good about that? Well, when food leaves an alkaline residue in your bloodstream, it means it leaves your calcium in your bones and doesn't rob your body of bones. So it's going to protect you against osteoporosis. So mangoes are an ideal food to protect you against a condition like brittle bone disease like osteoporosis. What we also know, this is for the ladies and all on their diets, okay, is that when you eat alkaline-forming foods, you're able to convert fuel into energy more efficiently. So mangoes are actually an ideal diet food because they're alkaline-forming in the bloodstream. You're able to it actually helps your body convert fuel into energy more efficiently. When you can't convert your fuel into energy, your fuel gets stored, and how does it get stored but as fat? Okay, so it's a great diet food as well. Calcium is essential for heart function. And it's essential for a healthy central nervous system. Mangoes contain iron, and it's a highly usable form of iron. For many years, we were told that you couldn't use iron in fruit and vegetables because it's non-heme. Heme basically means blood. So they were saying because it's not from the blood of an animal, you can't use the iron in fruit and vegetables. We know now that that's not the case. As long as there's vitamin C present, we can use the iron very efficiently. And in fact, we know that in countries like China, where people follow a mainly vegetarian diet, there's very little iron deficiency anemia, where it's the most common cause of deficiency amongst meat eaters. So, in meat-eating countries. But what we know is that the iron in mango is very usable because there's vitamin C present. So it's very usable, okay? It's needed to make hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? It's needed to transport oxygen. Lack of iron results in anemia, resulting in, among other things, extreme tiredness. Very often, when people are very, very tired and they go to their doctor and they say, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm tired all the time. They do a blood test and they say, oh, you're low in iron. It could be the case. It may be. Right. Eating mangoes daily will provide you with the right nutrients to keep your energy levels at peak. Magnesium, we've got 10 milligrams per 100 grams of mango flesh. Magnesium is needed for protein synthesis. You can't use protein efficiently if you don't have enough magnesium. Where do you get the most magnesium? From our fruit and vegetables, and mango is an excellent source of magnesium. So people that go on these high protein diets and exclude fruit and vegetables from their diet because they form part of the carbohydrate family, silly thing to do because you can't use protein efficiently when you don't have enough magnesium. And our magnesium comes from our fruit and veggies, okay? Magnesium is the chilling nutrient. It makes you relax. Magnesium makes your muscles relax. So it's vital in managing stress. One of the best things to manage your stress then would be to reach for a mango rather than reaching for something that'll kind of calm you down. Yeah. And no side effects, only good side effects when you're eating a mango. Mangoes provide magnesium in a very usable form. A mango a day will help you manage your stress far more effectively, in my opinion, than taking medication. But that's my opinion. Phosphorus, 11 milligrams. Phosphorus in every cell is needed in dozens of interactions in the body. It's perfectly balanced with other minerals for optimum use in the body. Potassium, also a very alkaline mineral. It's intricately involved in nerve conduction and brain function. And of course, being an alkaline mineral, it helps to maintain the correct pH in the blood, perfect for weight loss. I explained earlier on that because it leaves this alkaline residue, once you've eaten the mango, it actually helps you to burn fuel efficiently and convert it to energy. Mangoes are an excellent source of potassium and should be included, in my opinion, in your diet on a daily basis. And the good thing about it not being available in winter is that you can eat dried mangoes. Not so. Dried mangoes are available all year round. I tell you, one of the nicest things that you can make, and I'm sure the ladies are more interested in this than the men, but I know some men do get into the kitchen. Do you know one of the nicest ice creams to make is you take dried mangoes and you just soak them in water overnight, and the next day you take that water and the dried mangoes and you throw it into a blender, one of those upright jug blenders. You blend it all into this wonderful smoothie. You can drink it. You can throw ice in it and just drink it like that if you want to. But you put it into lolly holders or ice cubes, or you just freeze it. And the kids go mad for it. It's just frozen mango like that. You can do it with fresh, but I'm thinking about, when you don't have fresh mangoes around. Anyway, that's just a tip on the side. Right, sodium. It does contain sodium and chloride, but not in the same way we'd find it in salt, okay? They're both found in mangoes in the best possible form, unlike table salt, and are needed for multiple essential functions. One of the reasons we know that there's quite a lot of sodium and chloride actually in the mango is that mangoes taste nice without adding salt. You know when you eat rice or a potato and there's no salt, it tastes like something's missing. But when you eat a mango, it doesn't taste like that, and that shows that the right levels of sodium and chloride are actually in the mango. Zinc, an essential nutrient for cell growth, protein, and vitamin A use. You cannot use vitamin A or beta-carotene if you don't get enough zinc, and of course there is some in every single mango. With the high levels of vitamin A in mango, it makes sense that mangoes contains this nutrient because you've got very high levels of beta-carotene in your mango, and of course the zinc helps you to use it. Anybody who has white spots on the nails, I was always told as a kid, because you're not drinking enough milk, and it's absolute nonsense. White spots on the nails are from a zinc deficiency. So mangoes can help to correct a zinc deficiency, for example. Lack of zinc has also been indicating in eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia. Children that have problems and what we call taste disperceptions, when people do not eat or they just crave very spicy foods all the time and they can't eat normal foods, very often can indicate a zinc deficiency, and eating mangoes will help to correct that. Copper, not copper wires. This is copper as a trace element or a mineral that is found in our fruit. It's needed for many functions, converting iron to hemoglobin. It helps us to use vitamin C efficiently. And the amount that needed is tiny. We're only eating a tiny. That's why there's only a tiny little bit in mangoes, because we only need a tiny little bit, okay? And it's found together with iron and vitamin C. And you see how amazing it is, how God or nature has created these nutrients in perfect balance in the mango. You've got the iron and the vitamin C, and you've got the copper. Now you go and take a vitamin supplement, and it's just vitamin C. Besides the fact that the vitamin C in supplements, vitamin C is considered the safest supplement to take, and it can cause gout, arthritis, kidney stones, stomach ulcers, and osteoporosis. You're better off eating a mango than you are taking vitamin C in supplement form. And the sooner everybody catches on to that, the healthier we'll all be. Okay? But here you've got this perfect balance, and you don't even have to think about it. I reckon if we put all these nutritional information on a label and stuck it on the mango, people would go mad buying mangoes. There's more nutritional value in a mango than there is in breakfast cereal. But when the mother buys the breakfast cereal, she reads this long story on the back of the box. Man, there's so many nutrients in here, and it's the equivalent of a ratio of bacon and an egg and a toast and a blah, blah, blah. This is really good stuff. But when you actually compare the nutritional value of the average breakfast cereal, even the so-called health breakfast cereals, there's a lot more nutritional value in a mango than there is in breakfast cereal. Mangoes are a lot healthier for breakfast than cereals. You can check that out. Go and look at the nutritional values, okay? All right, selenium, a very powerful antioxidant. A lot of you may have heard of this. I know with the whole thing of AIDS, there's been some ads saying you need to eat 3 Brazil nuts a day to get enough selenium. Well, you can just eat a mango a day as well to get enough selenium, okay? Antioxidants, what they do is they slow down or retard and prevent deterioration, damage, or destruction by what's called free radicals. When we have a lot of free radical damage, and you're exposed to free radicals through pollution, cigarette smoking, stress, fried foods, fatty foods, fast foods, that type of thing. They can do a lot of damage in the body, and then they're actually known to promote cancer, where the antioxidants help to destroy the free radicals so that it helps to prevent Okay, we'll just go through this. Free radicals are naturally produced by the body in many cellular transactions. So the free radicals are being made in your body. You've got to have antioxidants to protect you from them, okay? Research has shown that free radical damage is implicated in a wide range of diseases and disorders, and just to run through them, things like coronary thrombosis, angina pectoris, heart failure, stroke, brain damage, aging, ladies. You want to age fast, start smoking, okay? Kidney disease, cancer, poisoning, radiation sickness, arthritis, infertility, eye disease, malnutrition, inflammatory disorders, cataracts, okay? Mangoes contain a huge amount of the antioxidants. Selenium, vitamin A or beta-carotene, vitamin E, and C in mangoes can efficiently help prevent the damage caused by free radicals resulting in these diseases. And one of the things that you know you're getting enough natural antioxidants and enough beta-carotene in your diet, I'll actually talk about it later on as well, is that, by the way, lunch is at 10 past 12. You said 10 past 1. I'm not speaking that long, so you can relax, okay? Right. One of the things about that you know that you're getting enough antioxidants, particularly beta-carotene, is that your skin takes on a healthy yellow glow. Your skin gets a yellow undertone to it, not a pink or whitish color. That's when you're getting enough natural, particularly, as I say, beta-carotene. All right, and you'll know that that actually helps you to slow the aging process down. Now, I don't know if there's a man or a woman here who'd like to speed up the aging process. Anybody? If you want to speed up the aging process, never eat mangoes. I bet you anybody here is growing mangoes. Just loves me today. Get this woman saying this on the radio. I have said it on the radio, by the way. Vitamin A it contains and carotenoids are both found in mangoes, and what they do is they help the skin, the eyes, the lungs, and the mucous membranes function efficiently. Eating lots of mangoes can tinge your skin yellow. This indicates you can spend some time in the sun with no skin damage. Now, I'm not talking about 3 hours at peak midday sun, but when my kids know from when they were little, they're all grown up now with babies and some on the way, some more on the way. They know that come summertime, you've got to increase your mango intake if you want to spend some time at the pool around the beach. When they used to go outside and swim, I'd say, okay, take some mangoes with you and off you go. Because your mangoes contain more beta-carotene than just about any other food. They're absolutely loaded with beta-carotene, and beta-carotene is a precursor. Your body makes vitamin A from beta-carotene. And vitamin A is what protects us from damage from the sun. So what happens is you get this sort of yellow undertone to the skin, and when you go into the sun, you just go brown. We have not, as a family, have not used sunblocks. I know you're going to think this is really, really irresponsible, but it's safer. Far safer to be eating mangoes and allowing your body in the sun for half an hour to an hour a day outside of peak midday sun than it is to go putting on blockouts on your skin. There's quite a lot of research showing that blockouts actually contribute to skin cancer because of the chemicals contained in them. But putting the beta-carotene into your body by eating mangoes will protect you against damage from the sun. It's a far safer way to do it. I'm amazed at moms, you know. We go out from when my kids were school, oh, the blockout, darling, the blockout. On it goes, and they just get given some fizzy cold drinks and some rubbish food, and off the kid goes. No, it doesn't eat fruit, this child. As white as the tablecloths there. Mother's not concerned about what's going into the body, but she's worried about what she's putting onto the skin. Blows my mind. Give the child a mango, and they'll handle the sun far more efficiently, okay? Right, vitamin E is also found in antioxidants, and I remember in the 1970s, early 1970s, I know there was a big scandal at our school. I went to a girls' school. Big scandal. We weren't allowed to take peanut butter to school because peanut butter was loaded with vitamin E, and vitamin E made you sexy. No peanut butter sandwiches at our school were allowed. What did everybody do? We all took peanut butter sandwiches to school. Hid them away. They always say vitamin E puts the E back in sex, but in short, it helps the hormonal system to function more efficiently. And the hormonal system does control, among a whole bunch of things, reproduction. The hormonal system controls your blood pressure, your blood sugar. It controls your bone density, how you sleep at night, whether your brain works efficiently, your muscle tone. And the hormonal system needs vitamin E in it. Okay, the endocrine system, that's what basically controls your appetite, your metabolism, your heart, your liver, your skin and lung and kidney function. It's your endocrine or hormonal system's involved in almost every function in the body. It's the one system that you need to be really looking after if you want to have a good quality of life. People often think that healthy eating is about vanity. It's not about that. Healthy eating is about getting up in the morning and having loads of energy before you've sucked on a cigarette or grabbed a cup of coffee. Healthy energy is getting past 40, guys, and not suffering from erectile dysfunction. You see the ads, you laugh about this. It says 50% of the men in South Africa over the age of 40 suffer from erectile dysfunction. And part of the reason is they don't eat enough mangoes. Okay, my feet just went up, guys. Vitamin C. Antioxidant in fresh mangoes are found widely used in every bodily function, okay? And vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, probably one of the first antioxidants. Slows down the aging process. Remember, the antioxidants destroy those free radicals that cause damage and cause cancer, for example. It's fully used in the body. Unlike the vitamin C that you get in a tablet form, 90 to 96% of the vitamin C you use in a tablet will be flushed out via the kidneys and end up in the sewage system. Now, if you want to take 90 to 96% of your money and flush it down the toilet, go ahead and do it. You're making expensive urine. But in the process, remember, it is the safest vitamin supplement to take. You can get gout, arthritis, kidney stones, stomach ulcers, and osteoporosis. However, isn't this amazing? God in His infinite wisdom put the right kind of vitamin C into the mango, and you can eat loads of mangoes, and you won't get any of those side effects because it's mangoes in the right form. It's attached to a carbon molecule. When you have it in supplement form, it's just vitamin C. In the mango, it's attached to a carbon molecule. You can use it, and there are no harmful side effects. Okay? Manganese is an essential metal necessary throughout the body for protein metabolism. Again, this is a nutrient found in fruit and vegetables. You've got to eat it if you're going to use protein efficiently. When you eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, you don't have to eat such large quantities of protein because you use it more efficiently. All right, it's also needed for endocrine. Remember, endocrine is your hormonal system, that system that controls everything from sex to sleeping to your digestive tract to your blood sugar to your blood pressure. Taking manganese in supplement form will interfere with iron absorption. And iron, we know we need to get the right amount of hemoglobin. And if you don't have enough, you're going to get tired. So this is the problem with supplements. And this is why I stress with people all the time, you're far better off eating fresh fruit. Taking a mango at least every day or two is going to give you far more nutritional value than taking a multivitamin or a handful of whatever you're taking. You know the good news about eating mangoes? It doesn't make your urine a funny color. How many of you taken supplements and you see your urine? Guys, this is a lot easier for you to see than us ladies, okay? You see your urine goes luminous yellow. And it smells really strong. You think, man, this stuff smells just like the vitamins I took this morning. I didn't realize it's like asparagus. You know, it just goes through your body and comes out and you smell it the other side in 15 minutes. Okay? Mangoes won't do that because your body's using all of the nutrients in it. It's not ending up in the sewage system. All right, now these looks like really technical stuff, thiamine, riboflavin, and blah, blah, blah. The end of it's vitamin B1, B2, B3, B6. You've all heard of the B complex. That's all their fancy names. You don't have to worry about it. But they are essential for your brain to work efficiently. A lot of mental disease today is a result of the deficiency of these vitamins. They are essential for proper brain function. I was listening to something the other day at a program, and they were talking about compulsive, that compulsive disorder? Obsessive compulsive, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And one of the doctors that was interviewed actually said that one of the problems is not enough of the B vitamins in the diet. Now, the worst thing you can do is go and take the B vitamins in supplement form, because if you really want luminous yellow urine, the B vitamins are what make that really bright, luminous yellow color. But when you eat it in your fruit and vegetables, like in your mangoes, you won't get that brightly colored urine. So very important source of this. So we could say that mangoes helped protect us against mental disease. I mean, isn't it amazing? Mangoes help to put the E back in sex. Mangoes help to stabilize our blood sugar and our blood pressure. They help our bowels function more efficiently. They help us be smarter. And they also help you be mentally, in charge of your faculties and avoid mental disease, all right? It's needed for memory. Carbohydrate and energy metabolism. The most amazing thing is to use glucose, you've got to have the B vitamins. When you have glucose in refined sugar, if you're eating, okay, have you all got some dried mango, or is this only for the speakers up here? But you'd be far better off eating the dried mango than you will the sweets, because this has just got pure sugar in it without B vitamins, which means and then your body robs itself of it. And that's why some people, when they eat sweets all the time, actually lose their mind. Ask me, I know about this. I used to suffer from manic depression. Stopped putting the sugar in, started eating the fruit and getting the sugar from the fruit. I'm not suffering from manic depression, and that's 30 years ago. Never had to take medication for it. I take fruit for it, okay? Don't worry, I'm not crazy anymore. You can relax. We're going to do something strange. Right, so we need it for cell repair, memory. If you say your memory is going, you need more fruit, more mangoes in your diet. Skin and hair rely on a reliable source of these vitamins. If your hair is falling out and it's thinning and it's going prematurely grey, it's normal to go grey, but prematurely grey, your nails aren't healthy and they're splitting, that usually shows there's not enough B vitamins in your diet. Don't take the supplements, eat the mangoes, okay? A couple of mangoes a day will go a long way towards providing you with all the B vitamins you need, again, in the perfect balance, not urinating it down the toilet. Folate, which we know is folic acid, and anybody who's been pregnant, which will obviously be the ladies, will know about folic acid. A deficiency of folic acid can result in a problem with a baby being born with a condition called spina bifida, which is basically like a hole where the spine is, and the child usually doesn't have the use of the legs. It depends on how severe it is, but it can be a very severe condition or a very mild condition. Folic acid is deficient amongst people in westernized countries because we just don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. That's the main reason. So most pregnant women are given a supplement of folic acid. But again, it's very difficult to use that fully. It would be far better to eat a lot more fruit and vegetables. And of course, your mangoes, the folate in mangoes, is completely safe and right to prevent spina bifida. When you take folic acid in a supplement form, it can actually mask a vitamin B12 deficiency, and that can be a very serious problem. Whereas the folate in mango doesn't do that. It doesn't mask a B12 deficiency, okay? It's the right kind to prevent spina bifida in babies, and pregnant mothers would do well to eat a few mangoes a day. I'm always amazed when I talk about fruit and vegetables. People will put their hands up. They'll actually say, is it okay to eat mangoes when I'm pregnant? And they'll be sitting there drinking a cup of coffee with like 5 teaspoons of sugar in it or an artificial sweetener. And I'm like, how's your mind? You know, you don't know what that artificial sweetener is. Mango is completely natural, and you ask me, can you eat mangoes when you're pregnant? You know, anyway. Biotin. It's essential for the metabolism of carbohydrates. It usually occurs with those B vitamins and with fat to be able to metabolize fat sufficiently in the body. It's essential for a healthy brain and endocrine function. And it's a great source of this essential vitamin, okay? Again, this is one of those vitamins that's actually going to help protect us against mental disease, okay? I think the Mental Disease Association, they have a different name to that. They should be promoting mangoes rather than medication. So there you have it. Mangoes are one of the best sources of vitamins, minerals, trace elements, fiber, and antioxidants. A mango a day will definitely go a long way towards preventing many degenerative diseases and probably many mental diseases. And as a bonus, it helps to slow down the aging process. Look at me, I'm 85 and I've been eating a mango a day for the last 30 years. But I'm a granny, that's for sure, okay? Most people just think mangoes are a treat, and I don't know whether you've been thinking like that, but hopefully from today onwards, mangoes are an essential food. They are not a treat. You don't eat them, you can eat them as dessert if you want to, but for goodness sake, eat them in between, eat them for breakfast, lunch, and supper. In summer, when it is so hot in Cape Town, it can get like 44 degrees centigrade, particularly February is the hottest month of the year, and the mangoes are so perfect. And when they've been in the fridge and they're nice and cold, my husband and I will sit down and eat mangoes for supper because it's just too hot to cook or eat anything hot. Now, most people say, oh, but you need to eat a cooked meal. What nonsense. There's more nutritional value in those mangoes than there'll ever be in any cooked meal that we could make up or conjure up, okay? Thank you very much for your time. I hope you will go home and eat a lot more of your mangoes.